Yay, welcome back to another wonderful, sexy, juicy femininity quickie. I'm Dr. Christina and your one and only femininity coach from Los Angeles. I talk all things dating and sex for ambitious women in their 40s. So if you have your career and dream life built, but there's no man by your side, these femininity quickies are exactly what you need. And if a quickie is not enough, you know where to go to. In the description box of this video, you have a link to sign up for one-on-one coaching with me to bring out the most feminine, gorgeous, and alluring self. And I'm so ready to hear from you. So today, we're gonna talk about the feminine. And so often I think like there's so many things going on social media, like how the feminine should be, like how a feminine woman behaves, like so this kind of, yeah, she now stops hustling, right? And steps away from the hypermasculinity and leans back, just chills, receives, and gets spoiled. You know? And then, of course, this is part of the deal. You should recharge and you should do self-care. You should nurture your own self and you should relax, right? That's part of the feminine too. However, being 24/7, soft, submissive, emotional, just chilling your life, right? What does that bring you? I mean, at the end of the day, there's another part missing. And when we also talk about masculine and feminine energies, they both have come together, right? They complement each other. So one without the other is pretty much lost. So that's also true, by the way, for your own self, because you have both energies. It's like yin and yang. It all starts with you, right? So when we talk about this hyper independent businesswoman not having time for pleasure, not having time for emotions and vulnerabilities, we talk about the extreme of having a masculine energy in that moment, right? And on the other hand side, we have the woman who's very soft, submissive, receives, just leans back and really has no structure. It's more ruled by emotions and more like, helping others rather than focusing on the self. And then we have the other extreme, the purely feminine energy. But we need to have both. And depending on your day, depending on the task you have in front of you, depending on who you are out with, you switch, right? And it's not like you only have this or you have that. 100% there and 0 there, you know what I mean? It can also be like 50-50, or sometimes it's 80% masculine when you have a work task, right? And then 20% more of the feminine. It depends. But the moment you know how to do those things and how to flip it on and off whenever you like it, I think that's a superpower you have, and that's the fucking feminine advantage. And I would like to make you use of that. So gain the awareness when you need more structure. Okay, then I use my masculine energy. I know exactly how to lead. I know exactly how to structure, organize, plan, show up, be in the head, right? Fully focused. That's great. But then you have to get back into your feminine at some point because it gives you that balance. That's why we all do it, right? We want to have balance. We want to have a fulfilled life. We want to live a juicy, sexy, feminine life. So then you're going to step back into your feminine, recharge in the evenings, have a girls' night after a heavy work day, right? Go on a date with a man being fully, oh my God, he can take charge now. And he's going to love that, right? And as I said, like in one of my previous episodes as well, we need both. And a masculine man craves a feminine woman as much as you crave this strong masculinity in your life. And I know it's hard when you hustle so hard. There's so many things going on, and it's easy to stay in masculinity for a while. It's easy because it gives you control, right? And I think this is what I experienced personally too. It helped me to run my life, especially when there was no man by my side. Or back in the days, my boyfriend who has been like more feminine, right? So I was in charge of doing everything, planning vacation, doing errands, doing housework, doing, finances. And there's so many things. And I craved this strong masculine man who could like slam me up against the wall on some days, and just take me out on a dinner. Just take me somewhere. Don't even let me know where we're going. Just tell me when I have to be ready. I can dress up. I don't even have to think about it, and we're going, right? So that's the point when I really craved being more my feminine. But back in the days, I didn't know how to do that. And that's what we're here for, right? That's why we're here for the femininity quickies to get you back into your feminine. And regarding today's topic of this episode, no, a feminine woman is not 24/7 soft, submissive, chilling out, right? That's not true. And especially not because she also has boundaries. She also has standards, right? And it doesn't serve her at the end of the day. She's a powerful woman. And what I really preach is in the modern life, a woman also has a fucking career. And it's allowed to be masculine. It's allowed to have strategy. It's allowed to, do those things. But on the other hand side, it's also allowed to cry. It's allowed to have emotions. It's allowed to take care of someone, right? And it's allowed to do self-care as much as you want. There's no excuse for anything, right? And that's where the power comes with knowing that you have your standards, your boundaries. Let's say you go on a date with someone, with a man, and he's, tapping into his masculinity and you can't surrender. But there are maybe moments in the communication or conversation or how the things unfold on the date where you disagree. And you have to know, okay, when this is my standard, I feel like, I disagree, right? And then I'm going to speak up. I'm going to speak up. I'm not submissive the whole time, And that would be like so counterintuitive for like an ambitious alpha woman to not speak up, right? And this is how you do that. You have a voice and you're going to use it. As much as you can be submissive in the next 10 minutes, you can also stop that. Like, hey, this is not what I like. Sorry, bye, right? I mean, it's an extreme example, but you can still say, hey, no, I disagree. And this when also when he sees you, the man sees you as a high value woman, because she's not only surrendering and soft and just taking and receiving, she's also giving, right? In a way that she takes care of things. There will be things coming up when you have to take care of the children, right? He wants also to see you taking the lead at some point. Knowing what you're doing, you're not stupid, right? So let's not overcomplicate it. Just know how to have a healthy balance between your masculine energy, which you're so used to do that at work and your career, right? And also the feminine side where you nurture yourself, you take care of yourself, your authentic, sensual, feminine side. And once you have this in balance, it's gonna be good. You're gonna be good forever for whatever you want to do. Dates, relationships, sex, career. It works out so well. I can guarantee you that. All right? I see you next week.